Hey guys, welcome back. So in one of my previous videos, I had said that I was going to do a how-to video on how to make a water filter using activated charcoal powder. So I want to tell you that this video is going to be a test. I've already done it, I already know how it turns out, but I'm going to show you everything that I did. It was really just an experiment the whole time because I had no idea what I was doing. I kind of had watched some videos and I kind of took what they did and kind of modified it to make my own. If you were looking for a video by a professional who knows what they're doing and made the perfect water filter, this is not that video. This is a Sunshine State survival video, which means I'm just making it up as I go and hopefully it works. No, actually, I think it's very important to test things out, and I'd like to show you guys the process, even if the process got messed up or if it wasn't perfect. That way you can learn from my mistakes and maybe figure out ways to perfect it on your own. Come along with me. It was, I think, a success, but at the same time I learned what I shouldn't have done. And it's very, very important that you do not find yourself being a theoretical prepper. And what I mean by that is you have theories out there, you have ideas. Okay, if this happens, I'm gonna do this. If my water filters run out of capacity, I'm gonna make this water filter. If you have all these theories and ideas of what you're gonna do, but you don't test them out, you're gonna be in a bad situation when the stuff hits the fan and you haven't tested it, you haven't tried your theories, and you have no idea what you're doing. So make sure to try and make the mistakes now because you cannot afford to make them later. So stay tuned and I'll show you my process of making a makeshift water filter. So I am walking down the seashore here. This is about a mile away from my house, and I am very, very blessed to live in such a beautiful place. I am actually down here to pick up one ingredient for my water filtration unit that I'm going to make a video about. And this is a blessing to live here, yes. But it is also a curse because all this water and I can't drink any of it. So I'm going to grab an ingredient here. It's called sand. I forgot to bring a container with me when I came down here. It's hot, really hot. But I found this in my car. It's a little dog food bowl, dog water bowl. So I'm going to fill this with sand. That's about all I'm going to need. Okay, so here's another ingredient for my water filter, and it's literally just little paver style rocks that I took out of my side yard. I'm going to wash them just by rinsing them in this strainer. I don't think it's necessary, but I prefer to at least rinse them off. There's like sticks and dirt and stuff in there. I don't need that to be a part of my water filter. You can find rocks just about anywhere. Really, the smaller the better, I think. And just a disclaimer, I have no idea what I'm doing. Most everything I do with you guys, it's my first time doing it because I want to show you the trial and error. I don't want to come on here and show you that I think I'm a professional at anything. A lot of this is trial and error, and I like to do it with you guys for my video instead of like studying it and practicing over and over again and showing you a perfect video. I'd really just like to show you the honest process. The next thing I'm going to do is kind of wash my sand. I know that sounds really kind of crazy and ridiculous, but I think there might still be some like algae on it. So once again, I am testing this out. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to use an old t-shirt instead of the strainer, obviously, because sand is small. And I'm just going to kind of pour this on the t-shirt, rinse it out, and hopefully, I really don't know. Hopefully it works. Oh, that works. Okay. And that sand actually stinks. Just being honest. If you can find sand at like an arts and crafts store, they sell sand there. You can order some, you can dig it out of your yard. I just happen to be by a beach, and so it's really easy for me to find it. So this smells kind of funny, so everything that was washing up on the shore in my sand, this may not be the best use. Okay, so there's still some like sticks and dirt and debris on top there, but I rinsed it out long enough that it doesn't stink anymore. So I think my sand is as clean as it's gonna be. Okay, so I have stage 1, my rocks. Stage 2, my sand, which is nice and clean now, kind of. And then stage 3 is going to be this activated charcoal powder. Now, a lot of people use the more grainy type, the kind that you can get at like a pet store for fish tanks, that kind of thing. But I'm thinking that the powder will do just fine. I'm thinking and hoping. Like I said, I'm totally testing this out. We will see. Okay, so I'm just taking an old Coca-Cola 2-liter bottle. You could probably use a smaller 1-liter bottle. But first of all, I'm going to cut off this poison label. I mean the Coca-Cola label. I just want to be able to see all my layers of the filter, so that'll be good enough. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and cut right about there. Sorry for the loud noise. Okay, that'll work. And then my next layer is going to be, I think, this coffee filter. Actually, let's see how I'm going to do this. Yeah, I think I'm just going to do a coffee filter like this so that I can remove it whenever I need to. And then I guess I could take my handy dandy hairband out of my hair. Okay. And then I'm actually gonna trim some of this off so I can see what's going on. I've seen lots of different versions of this, but what I'm gonna do is just take some cotton balls down here and just layer that very bottom layer. It's like 5 cotton balls. And then my activated charcoal comes next. Okay, so just gonna kind of put a few scoops, I guess. Oh my gosh, I just got it all over the place. Be careful with the powder. It's very messy. So that's, I think that might be a good layer. Okay, so now some people just put sand right on top of that, or rocks right on top of that. And some people will do sand, rocks. But I'm going to take another coffee filter and put it on top of my activated charcoal just to kind of keep it separated. And it kind of fits right in there perfectly. And then I'm going to scoop my sand. I wish I had more hands to do this with. Let's see. I'm going to use this as a stand. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm just going to go ahead and take some of my sand. Try to get it only in the coffee filter. Make a good layer of that. I don't know if there's like a specific amount that you need to use, but I just kind of almost filled up the coffee filter. And then I'm going to do the rocks on top of that. I might do a layering technique here. So I'll save about half my rocks, and I have about half my sand here too. And most likely I'm not going to be able to contain the sand inside that coffee filter unless I do another coffee filter. I don't think there's any harm in it, so let's go ahead and do that. Okay. All right. Now more rocks on top. Not very many. I could probably go grab some more, but I'm just gonna kind of push that down. It's an experiment. We'll see how it goes. This is the end product here. Sorry, I wasn't really showing you. So coffee filter, cotton swabs right down here, activated charcoal powder here, and then we did a coffee filter with sand and rocks, another coffee filter with sand and rocks. So let me go make some dirty water and see if it works. Okay, so I made some really disgusting water here with some dirt out of my backyard, and I'm gonna go ahead and put it in my filter. All that nastiness. Let's go ahead and dump the dirt in too. And then I know it's going to take a while, so I'll be back in probably an hour and a half is how long it will take to filter through, and I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, so my dirty, muddy water has been dripping forever and ever, and this is how much water I have. It's incredibly clear. It's hard to tell because of this mason jar, but I am very surprised at how clear it actually is. So I'm gonna pour this into a clear glass bowl so you can see just how perfectly clear it is. Okay, here is my filtered water that looked like yucky, icky mud. Look at that. Beautiful, beautiful, clean water. And I'm very, very happy with this. The only thing I'm not happy about is how long it took. So that is the lesson that I learned out of this whole thing, is that activated charcoal powder, the powder form, is very slow. So I'm going to get activated charcoal in the other form that is more gritty and whole and larger, and do the same test and see how it works. But this is why you want to test these things out, because you need to know now, before poop hits the fan, what you can do, how to do it, and how effective it is. Okay, so hopefully that video was a little educational or entertaining at least. My water turned out very clear. I was very happy. It just took forever. And you may not have an hour and a half, 2 hours to filter this much water in a real SHTF, so that's the lesson I learned. And I think somebody's gonna be like, well, it looks good, but does it taste good? So I'm gonna try the water. Realistically, if you're taking dirty, dirty water and filtering it with this method, you're probably gonna want to boil it first. But I think I'll be okay. I'm gonna just taste a little tiny, tiny bit, and hopefully I don't fall ill. That's perfect. It tastes perfectly fine. So hopefully you'll see me in another video and the water doesn't get me. I'll see you guys later.